Tell me about Drake Maye's off-season workout.
Can I tell you about what he did at the wedding, though, real quick? Wedding gifts?
Sure. Okay.
So the wedding gifts, didn't tell anybody, and he had this supposed deal with his current wife that 5 years ago he said, if I ever made it big, they did a lot of donating with the local kid shelters and stuff from the area he grew up, and some kids didn't have enough size shoes, didn't have some Christmas stuff. They didn't tell anybody, but they took their wedding gifts and sent it to the homeless and help centers down there. Everything that they got, they forwarded. They got no wedding gifts, didn't receive any, but forwarded to help.
You mean monetarily?
Monetarily,
Like
yes, and even some gifts like household stuff.
That is weird. How do you give a gift to a guy who makes
It is tough.
millions of dollars a year and you just know him as your buddy?
Yeah.
You know, it's like my $500 check is not really going to
It's tough. Like I've done
do
this
a
like
lot for you. Is
No.
It has to come from the heart at that point.
it's hard. Like I've got
You're going to make a gift? Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what
I'm
you do.
sure Zoe did the exact same thing as an NFL quarterback at his wedding.
Yeah, where did you donate your
Yeah,
gifts?
where did you donate your money to?
I donated to this armoire that we have in our front. I'm so glad you brought this up because we have some current guys that are on deck potentially getting married here on the show, hopefully sometime. The amount of candlesticks, the amount of crystal candlesticks and vases and bowls that we got for our wedding that I've never used, we've never used. It is the biggest.
Well, that's because everyone had the same idea. They wanted to give you an actual physical item.
Yeah.
Something with some thought.
It is so great, the current days, how weddings work and like lists you're on and how you can just click and ship and do the monetary thing and that. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to wait. You don't have to go out and get a card. You don't have to hand it to them. Like it's just so much more effective. Don't give people candlesticks. You know, and don't be the dumbass that puts it on your list. Yeah. You know, like when you go, because this is going to happen. You're going to like end up going to Crate and Barrel, walk around together. And we're going to have to go look at every item. And how many of these? We want 6 of these cups. We want 5 of these plates. I didn't want to do that. And he wastes like 8 hours at the mall doing this, walking around. Or Williams and Sonoma. You know what you're going to do with a mixer? It's going to collect dust. It sits under the bottom part of your cabinet in your kitchen. The high-end mixer that you got to really make bread the right way. You know what I'm talking about? It's the one with the big bowl and like the double tong thing. And it's supposed
the
to
KitchenAid
just,
one.
Yeah,
Right? Yeah, yep.
waffle irons. Shove them up your rear. You don't use any of them. But you know what I did use? I actually checked off? Milkshake maker. You know, the cool one. It comes with a metal cup, and you put it right under and you put that right in. It works. It's awesome.
You use it a lot?
I haven't used it lately, but I have used that as a gift, yes. Yeah, other than that, I haven't used many. But that was nice of Drake to do that as we get to his workouts here. Did Dobbs organize these, or did Drake?
Well, the list was Drake Maye, Josh Dobbs, Ramondre Stevenson, Stephon Diggs, Kendrick Bourne, Kyle Williams, Demario Douglas, Hunter Henry. So far, so good, right? And Jalen Polk got together to build on their off-season training. This happened on Monday. Polk was the one who posted the photo of the crew together.
I bet he did. Hey guys, I didn't get left out.
And isn't that the truth? Isn't that the honest truth? Why that kid is posting that photo? Because
I'm glad you brought this up because it's exactly what I thought.
You think Drake Maye cares to post that photo?
No.
You think Steph Diggs?
Nope.
Do you think I don't know, Hunter Henry? You think those guys give a damn about posting that photo?
Nope.
No. The guy who cares about posting it is the guy who doesn't belong. The guy who's trying to say, "Hey, look at me. I'm putting in the work."
Bingo.
That's who that guy is. That's why he's putting that photo up. Drake Maye doesn't need that photo. In fact, nobody in that group needs the photo except for him. The only guy that a photo benefits there is him.
I thought the exact same thing.
It's so
first thing I
sad.
thought
It's
of.
so transparent. You know, you see right through
Like
that.
when the email list went out. Who was the last one on the email chain?
Right.
That's what I'd really look into that. Like, get your cyber people looking into that stuff. Because if you're the last one, like, oh, we forgot him. And I don't mean anything about Dobbs setting it up. Brian Hoyer used to do this all the time, too. Matt Castle, they would organize the offseason ones. But, like, when Brady was getting ready, they'd put the videos out. Oh, call the animals. And Edelman and Amendola would all come running with Gronk. Yeah. So it's not who set it up, but the fact that I like that they're together because it's a timing thing for me. You know, you could stand out there with 10 high school kids and run routes all day for 4 hours. That doesn't mean you and your teammates, when you come together at the end of July, are going to be any better. It's who you're going to be in the huddle with. And I'm all about that first huddle. Like, and this is the way when you call games and you look at it and you look at repertoire and personnel and how other teams have all this firepower, I want us to start building some firepower. I want some swagger to walk into that huddle when we got it. You know, you got a good tight end in Hunter Henry. I want Diggs to be there on week 1. I want other guys to catch up to speed. Let's see what Williams can do. Let's see what all these guys can do. Let's see if Pop can start to really pick it up too. Like, I want to see him have a good year. I think it's a big year for him. I do, in many ways.
So, Pop being out there is nice. I like that. You know, I hope he sticks. I don't know that he's a lock for this situation.
That's a lot of guys to come together in Tampa. So that's not easy to do. Trust me, that's not easy to do because we've tried to get together in past years, even back when I played, guys working out. But it would usually be here when we would get the Fox Sports come in a couple days early because nobody ever wants to get on a plane and say, "Hey, let's go to Florida and train." But things are different now.
So
the way
the thing
guys
I
do
want to was it Drake Maye that was the guy who kind of pushed it and
Right.
made it happen. Who's the guy who made it happen? That's really the question. Who got everybody on the phone and that phone call came? As you said, it's not easy. Someone's got to kind of be the leader to say, "Hey, we're doing this." You're going to be there, right?
I would say it was Drake because Diggs is there, Hunter Henry's there. They're bigger than the other ones. Sorry, even Bourne. I know Bourne's a little bit of a West Coast guy too. For him to get his ass all the way over and down to Florida, that's. If I'm Mike Vrabel, if I'm Josh McDaniels, I'm like, all right, guys are working. And Bourne looks good. I'd take my shirt off too if I look like him.
I think this is mildly encouraging. I do.
Hey, this is news.
It is.
We're getting closer. It's a good sign.
We are. Where do you have Drake Maye right now in your mind, quarterback ranking wise in the NFL?
We kind of talked about this 2 or 3 weeks ago. Just where do you fit in? And you would get to 10. I'm somewhere after 10 to 15.
It's really hard.
Yeah,
because
we went through the list.
What we watched of him last year was not great, but it wasn't necessarily all because of him being a problem.
Exactly.
Right. If you say Tua, how do you not take Tua right now ahead of him? Based on Tua's beating you 6. He's 6
I know.
6. See,
I can't stand Tua.
You got it.
But if
I'm
you
the same
put
way.
Drake on that roster,
But he's a good but he's not.
That's a good way of doing it. So let's talk more about
All
that because Mike Giardi has a ranking, has a number for Drake Maye.
This is football.
And just my initial reaction was, that feels too low. But I don't know. Maybe he's right.
Wait.
I'll tell you the number.
Let's talk our way through it.
Let's talk it out.